Hi everyone, my name is Kalin Zhelev. I am 31 years old and this is my Paidalajin testimonial. Um, I started with Paidalajin more than 6 years ago, and my condition was like my overall health was in very bad condition. Um, I used to suffer from three disease. Uh, we can say even four disease. One of them was gases in digestive tract, a lot of gases. The other one was severe insomnia. Insomnia was so bad that I've never talked with someone who experienced that that bad insomnia. And the other was a form of impotence. I was suffering from premature ejaculation. And when I started with Paidalajin 6.5 years ago, I didn't have effect from my first two practices, so I've never attended a workshop and never actually heard of someone who practiced Paidalajin. I just saw a video on the internet and decided just to start slapping on my shoulder. So I was thinking that if I slap on my shoulder, I will cure my shoulder pain. So I felt basically nothing. Then I decided to make the stretching on the bench, Lajin in reclining position. And what I did was only stretch my one side of the body with only one leg up. Maybe I felt a bit better for the day, but nothing more. So I uh, thought that Paidalajin is a trendy scam, just because it's looks very cruel. You're hitting your body actually, and then I decided to buy the book. It was like spontaneous decision. And once I started reading the book, I realized that I need to practice longer sessions because my sessions was very short in a period. Um, and what I did was make a Lajin practice a bit longer, like maybe 10 minutes per leg, something like that. Uh, and I felt a bit of improvement of my body, but again, nothing more. So from that point of there, I decided to stretch even more. So in the first session that I did more than 15 minutes per leg Lajin, I felt asleep, so my insomnia was gone, and actually, my insomnia from that day never returned again because I still keep my daily Lajin practice. So the insomnia, I don't have a history of how it heals. It just disappeared. I mean, uh, my whole life, even since I was a kid, I always fell asleep. Um, I was the latest person to fall asleep. And then when I started with Lajin, I mean, I was maybe in my worst point of the insomnia. It was 5 long years with super severe insomnia, um, basically without remembering to falling asleep every night. It was the worst, and it was cured just like that in one day. So in that point, I decided that this thing is not a scam, and I need to put more time and effort into it. And it could maybe help me with my other disease. So I started to read the book carefully. And one thing to mention, I till this day I never attended a workshop, um, and I'm a practitioner, just a practitioner. I practice on a daily basis. Um, So I'm a proof that you can have your results even without workshops. They are very expensive. In the same time, they are very good. But let's continue with the testimonial. Um, the other thing, the premature ejaculation. It was something that I realized that I start to feel some improvement, like returning of the morning wood, increasing the libido by a lot, way more than I used to have. And once I decided to, it was my first few months, I decided to do my first good Paida practice, half an hour. Like I did half an hour on left and right elbows, and at the same night, it was the first time in my life when I experienced control over the ejaculation, and it was like something that I always remember how I literally tried so many things to help myself with this problem, because this problem is very bad for a man. They are very ashamed of it, and they got very depressed. I talk with other guys who experience this too, and they are really depressed about that. And it was miracle for me. So it was a life-changing moment, and from that moment on, I realized that I will continue my Paidalajin practice. Maybe for life, if it's necessary. Of course, it isn't pleasant, but I decided that this is something that is totally different on another level of efficiency. And even when I started with Paidalajin, I've already had maybe 7 years of yoga experience, and I've practiced yoga more than 1 hour every day. And the effect from Paidalajin just for the first few months of the practice was way bigger than the effect from all these years of yoga. The other disease that I used to have, the gases, it was bad condition. I'm a bit ashamed to talk about that, but it was worse. I mean, it was a very bad condition, very uncomfortable. But sorry about the background noise. It's very windy out there. But it in the beginning even increased after I started to stretching every day to do the Lajin, and it increased for a few weeks, and then kind of started to reduce. I've actually from all my problems, this was the problem I cared the less, because insomnia and premature ejaculation was my top priorities, and I was focused on healing them. But I realized maybe after 3 months that I do not experience this anymore. So I'm just okay. So I do not have these gases, and it was amazing. You see, another disease, people usually don't call this disease, but I used to have many parts of my body sore, because I am a professional breakdancer, and I used to breakdance a lot, and right now I'm still breakdancing, but I used to have this very big shoulder pain on the right shoulder, right hip pain, upper back pain, lower back pain, neck pain. They were very big, and of course in the many other places in my body I also had soreness. And what happened was that with every single day I felt better and better. I've recovered faster after trainings, and after 6 years, actually I've reached that peak in the effect after first year and a half, maybe a bit more. But I do not experience lower back pain, I do not experience shoulder pain. Of course, if I push myself very hard on the trainings, I feel some of these places, of course. But in the daytime, or if I just dance for a pleasure, for a feeling good, I do not feel any pain. So my lower back pain disappeared, my shoulder pain disappeared, my upper back pain disappeared, um, my elbow pain reduced a lot. My right hip pain was the last thing to disappear, but it disappeared too. So all this happened in a year and a half. Um, I practice every day. I spent maybe 1 hour a day practicing Paidalajin. I practice mainly Lajin stretching. Maybe my practice is something like 80% Lajin, 20% Paida. Sometimes I practice way more Paida, but it depends on, for example, where I am. Sometimes I'm on vacation. I cannot bring my Lajin bench with me, so I um, just make some Paida there, and yeah, basically sometimes I practice only Paida. Um, about the other Lajin stretches, they also help me a lot. Lajin for in the standing position helped me a lot with my um, upper back problems. Um, I mean, it gave me a big comfort. Also, squatting Lajin helped me a lot to improve my spine, my pain in the spinal cord. Uh, I I squatted like when I started with squat Lajin, um, I did like 1 full month, and for this 1 month I got very big improvement in my back pain. It helped a lot for some specific pain. You see, overall I think that Lajin in reclining position is way better than every other Lajin stretching, but and other stretches are also very good. I've also realized that when I do this Y Lajin, um, I have very good sleep, even better than when I practice Lajin on the bench. Um, so I totally recommend trying Paidalajin. I'm myself a doctor. I'm a veterinary medical doctor, and I went straight to the practice. But I recommend to ask your physician, ask your doctor if it's okay for you or not. Um, because you see, you can have some condition that is not good to slap or to stretch. So you should always ask your doctor. You cannot take this as a advice, because this is just a YouTube video. This is just a testimonial. So yeah, but if you ask your doctor, I totally recommend to try Paidalajin. Um, it's worth it. It helps a lot. In my life, it was a total game changer, and I'm so thankful to Master Hong Chi Shao, and he brought this to this modern world. I'm thankful to all the masters who kept this knowledge till this day, um, and uh, and yeah, for the inventor, we don't know who are the inventor of Paida is, the inventor of Lajin is. We don't know that, but Master Shao, he learned them in his journey to self healing, and wrote this book, and it is amazing. It is a treasure for everyone who started his practice. What I truly recommend in more details is not just trying Paidalajin. For example, you know that Paida is slapping, and they slap very often on the elbows, on the knees, on the shoulders, and don't just try it for 3 minutes or 5 minutes or for a minute. Many people do that, and it's basically worthless. And my advice is go hard into it. I mean, at least 20, 25, 30 minutes of slapping. 30 minutes is the best timing for everything. 30 minutes is the best for longing in reclining position per leg. 30 minutes is okay for slapping on some areas. So I definitely recommend, if you will do it, and if you will spend, for example, only half an hour a day, just spend it slapping on one and the same area. Do not just slap randomly on your body. It won't be that helpful. It will be way more helpful to slap on one area for 30 minutes than slapping in many areas for 1 minute or for 3 minutes. So what I also recommend is if you have less than 20 minutes to practice, just skip the practice and think of a better day. um, because the less you slap, the more healing crisis you have. I don't know why this is happening exactly, but in my experience, when I practice like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here and here, the next day I have this shoulder pain and stuff. But when I have a time to spend a bit more to slap, the effects are great. It's totally the opposite. I feel very strong. Um, yeah, this is my testimonial. I cured my uh, premature ejaculation, my insomnia, the gastrointestinal tract disease, these gases, and my body pain. It's all disappeared. And one more thing, when I stop my practice, probably everything will appear again. I have a few periods. I had a few periods when I stopped practicing for a bit, and I noticed that the disease are coming back very quickly. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if I stop for 2 months, everything will be back. So I cannot do anything about that. But what I can do is to keep my practice, and I realized that with the time I learned to love the practice. Sometimes it's a bit boring, but I know that if I don't do it, it will be worse. So maybe it's better to have a bit of boredom in your life, in your daily life, but to be healthy. So I think it's worth it. So this was me. I'm Kalin Zhelev. If you want, you can subscribe for this channel. We talk a lot about Paidalajin. We talk a lot about male sexual problems, and you can learn a bit more about Paidalajin. You can also go in my channel. I did a lot of live streams where we cover a lot of topics about Paidalajin, about male sexuality. They're in the live stream section. I have in a lot of videos in the video section as well, so you can go and check them out. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.